We Elder Gods were right to destroy you.
Then why did Kronika recruit me?
Mother seeks balance in all things.
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's GSR here. So basically, we are going to be talking about Cetrion's bitch ass. I'm not feeling too optimistic about this video, but I'm going to do it anyway. I did some experimenting with this character because I've never used her before. I don't plan on using her, and I don't want to use her. She is a full-fledged owner. Design-wise, she looks pretty cool, as you guys can clearly see. She looks like a Poison Ivy knockoff, but that's just my opinion, right? So with that being said, let's get started. Alright guys, so let's see what she got going on here. So when it comes to her H2 port, which is pretty much her teleport, she can fake you out like this and throw a projectile. She also has the ability to create a mind game in the air to where you're going to think that she's going to throw out a projectile, and then she fucks around and teleports. Now keep in mind, she has the ability to teleport in front of you as well, and she has the ability to fake you out and then throw out a projectile again. So you might want to be careful with this particular situation because she can definitely trick you very easily, and obviously she can get out of the corner for free. So in the corner, if she manages to hit you, she can obviously teleport like this, and she's out for free, and now she can continue pressure and do whatever the hell she wants to do. And you know, you kind of get the idea with this particular situation. So this kind of causes the issue for the opponent because also she can teleport on the farther side and she will get a lot of space because you had her like way over here, and now she has all this space to where she can move around, create a lot of pushback with her projectiles because obviously you're going to block them. You're possibly going to get hit, take substantial amount of chip damage as well. And this works in her favor because she can keep you out until her defensive bars come back. So this bitch is bullshit. So you know, you kind of get the idea with this character, right? She can keep you out pretty fucking well, and that's pretty much everything about her teleport. She can trick you, she can create a mind game in the air, she can fake you out, she can also get in your grill like she's George Foreman, and she can literally stay really close to you like this and then stay on the same side and do shit like this. So you don't know what the hell is going to happen, you know what I mean? And that's the whole point of this teleport, right? Now, when it comes to this move right here, it says triggers if move misses 3 times in a row before hitting. So she actually has a crushing blow in this to where she can obviously do shit like this. And if she wants to keep you away, she's obviously going to do this. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And then she can start zoning you and being super annoying. She can also use this in combos as well if she wants to. And she gets really good damage off of them. So like I said, she can get combos on you and then do whatever the hell she wants to do to you. And she can get bigger damage than that if she wants to. And like I said, if she misses it 3 times in a row, she can definitely get a crushing blow like this, and then, you know, get really good damage on you, as you can clearly see here. So she doesn't get mediocre damage, so don't get that shit twisted. And she can also use this as a combo extension and a combo ender, as you can clearly see right here. So she can obviously do shit like this to you, dash up, and then, you know, get whatever combo that she desires, and you kind of get the idea. Now, when it comes to her fatal blow, she can hit you anywhere on the stage, so it tracks you no matter what. And not only that, the thing that you need to take of note is that her fatal blow, once she gets her easy 31 to 32% damage, I think it is, she is far away from you. So she can obviously zone you. So you kind of get the idea here. And if you think she's going to zone you, you're obviously going to block. And if you think she's going to teleport behind you, guess what she's going to do? Hello. And then she's going to possibly throw you, and you're going to block because you think that she's going to teleport on the far other side, and you're going to fuck up, and she can do shit like that. And you heard what she said, behold, nigga. So yeah, that's pretty much what our variation is about. And now we're going to get to our main special moves and then our combo strings and etc. Alright guys, so when it comes to her little natural barrier move, she has good startup time on it, but she can actually make herself safe on block. So Shao Kahn's blocking, and I go for my 4 to 3 string, and she's -10 on block. But if I want to use a bar meter to make myself safe, I can actually do that, and she's actually -4 on block. Now, the opponent can obviously flawless block her when she does this, so she has to be careful throwing it out every now and then. But what she can do is that she can actually, you know, stagger it just like this, and she can pretty much get away with the fact that she just did that because she's going to mislead your timing by doing that. Or she's going to do shit like this, and stagger, and, you know, I'll get to the strings in a moment. But you get the idea here, right? She can kind of like stagger to mislead you. Another thing she can do is that if she times it correctly, she can do shit like this, and if she's close enough to you, she gets a crushing blow, right? So this is a scary situation to be in because if you're in the correct area, like right around here, she can obviously use this, and then she can hit you with it and cause a problem. Now, if she ends up whiffing it, she might use a bar meter to actually hit you, and if you end up blocking it, right, she's +3 on block, so she's not at a disadvantage whatsoever. And it says triggers if if projectile was destroyed while summoning the wall. So you kind of get the idea here, and that's pretty much like her natural barrier, in a nutshell, right? So now we're gonna get to where shit's about to get real. This bitch is a full-blown zoner. I don't even think I need to explain how this shit actually works. She has massive amounts of pushback, really good chip damage. She's really safe when she's doing this at certain distances. She also has range on her, right? So she can obviously zone you and do all this crazy ass shit, and it's constant mids hitting you. So you kind of get the idea with this. And then she could do it in the air, like I said, in the beginning of this video, and create a mind game with her teleport, and she could just be super fucking annoying. And you get the idea. I don't even need to explain that. Now when it comes to her back forward 2 and her down back 2, there's something that you need to keep in mind. She has like the same animation pretty much. See that? And if I go for my back forward 2, this is exactly what the fuck it looks like. So you kind of get the idea here. You don't know whether or not she's gonna hit you with the low part of the boulder. It's not a low, but I'm saying the low part of the boulder for a reason. And you don't know whether she's gonna hit you with the boulder that's in the air, right? So this kind of causes a problem, right? And let's look at the crushing blow requirement. Triggers if projectile hits by itself. So if you take it upon yourself to jump, right, what's going to happen is that you're going to get hit with a crushing blow, and you take 32% damage. Whoever thought this was a good idea on the development team, shame on you. But that's just my opinion. This chick will literally keep you out every single time, and there's barely anything you can do about it, right? And the reason why I say that is because she covers every area on the fucking stage. There's no such thing as jumping when it comes to this fucking character. She can even hit you like this if you decide to jump. So she just has so many projectiles that are highly effective, man. And she's definitely the best zoner in the fucking game. Not only that, check this shit out. Massive amounts of pushback, and she's plus on block when she does this shit, right? She does it right here. It's kind of hard to jump over this, because if you're in the correct area, like right around here, and she ends up doing this, you more than likely would possibly get hit with this boulder. So it's not really in your best interest to do that. And like I said, she has like the same animation. Like you don't know if she's gonna go for the high, you don't know if she's gonna go for the mid. So she has massive amounts of pushback, and this is the reason why I said when she goes for that far teleport, it doesn't matter, because you're gonna block that. It allows her to dash up, create that space, and she can continuously do this and mislead you, and then when you fuck up, she can just teleport like this because you're trying to get in, and you kind of get the idea here. So she's obviously a really, really powerful zoner, and it's surprising that I don't see a lot of Cetrion players, because I'm seeing people pick Scarlet, but I ain't seeing nobody pick Cetrion with her annoying ass. So when it comes to this move right here, right, it says triggers if opponent blocks late, right? So a way that she can kind of get this going possibly is like, she's just fucking around here, she does this, and then the opponent, thought for a moment that she was gonna like throw out a projectile, and she didn't. So she can obviously bait you and bait teleports. That's another thing I forgot to add. But what she can get off of this is that, let me show you guys real quick, actually, what she can get off of this, and then I'll explain like the other parts of it. So if she ends up hitting you with this, she has the ability to actually go for her fatal blow from far away, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? Not unless you try to break out, then that's a different story. So actually, I'm kind of curious if you actually can break out. We're all gonna learn something today. I wonder if she can, not be able to get her fatal blowout if you decide to break. Okay, cool. So you're safe. That's a good thing. If she manages to catch you right around here, she definitely gets a combo, as you guys can clearly see here, and then she can do whatever the hell she wants to do, and she will get a decent amount of damage on you, so you might want to watch out from that. She can also use this as a combo extender, right? So she can obviously do shit like this, and some people may think she doesn't get like good amounts of damage. Some people may think that's weak damage, but it's not. And there's another creative way where she can get a lot of damage, right? So the way she could do this is she has to delay her kick, and as you can clearly see, I was able to kick Shao Kahn. Now you can do this in the corner as well, and she gets a little bit more damage, but if it's timed correctly, this is what she can do. And she has the ability to actually freeze you into the air if she wants to use another bar meter, but she can definitely get a little bit more damage on you and keep you far away by doing shit like this to you, right? Now, the way that she could possibly get this out is by, like, doing shit like this, and then she can kind of, like, bait you, and then, you're going to fuck up eventually, and then she can end up catching you with this, and it's going to catch you off guard, you know what I mean? because you think she's gonna throw out a projectile, and then you know she baits you, and then you know you think she's gonna do something, so you end up like you know trying to block and shit. And if she times it correctly, she can actually get this before you actually block, right? And keep in mind, this move actually tracks you. So like I said, if she hits you with it, right, she gets like really good damage on you, and it's just a really bad situation in itself. And she can obviously do shit like this to you, and then you know obviously continue her combo from there and do whatever the hell she wants to do and keep you at bay. So she can definitely get combos onto you without physically touching you, which is crazy as hell, nigga. So this chick is mad annoying. Hopefully you guys understand how she operates. She's a full-fledged zoner, but she can get with you at close range. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I forgot to add about her little move. If you decide to break out of this move, keep in mind you lost both of your defensive bars, which means that there's no way in the fuck you're going to be able to roll forwards to try and close the distance with her. So she has all the advantage if you decide to do that. So that's another thing that I wanted to add. Alright guys, so when it comes to her throws, right, there's something that I wanted to show you guys. Says triggers if Cetrion is inside Circle of Life, you know, Hallowing Winds, Ring of Fire, you know, or Vapor Halo. So I'm pretty sure this is like her third variation or something like that, because they changed it apparently. That's what it seems like to me, because I remember she used to be able to get this if the opponent took the throw in the wrong direction or something like that, from what I remember. But her throws are, you know, pretty standard. They knock you away, which obviously that's good for a zoner, and you're in the correct range for her zoning, right? So what happens is that you're going to obviously probably try to roll forwards, which allows her to punish you, possibly get a crushing blow on you, or you're probably going to try and delay your wake up, right? And this is what her crushing blow looks like, by the way. Ooh, that shit like it hurt, nigga. But anyway, so what she can do is that she can actually, you know, dash up really quickly and, you know, get in your face. That's another thing. She has really good walk speed. She has some of the best walk speed in the game. She can actually dash in really quickly just like that. She has a really good back dash and forward dash. So her shimmy game is on point. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, that's pretty much like her forward throw. And then like when it comes to her back throw, same situation. She can obviously, you know, throw a projectile at you, or she can like, you know, do shit like that to you, or she can dash up like really quickly and stuff like that, you know what I mean, and you know, get in really quick and then try to fight you and stuff. So you know, you get the idea with that. And then when it comes to her pokes, you're not going to go for like her down 3. The reason why you're not going to go for her down 3 is because it starts up at 9 frames, has the same hit advantage as her down 1, right, 10 frames. So the only difference between both of them is that the startup time, it's 1 frame slower than her down 1. So there's no reason to go for it, because she has a really good you know, down 4 that starts up at 10 frames. She is -5 on block, but the good thing about it is that she is 16 frames on hit advantage. Now when I do this, see what just happened? So let me see if I can do that range. See that? Shao Kahn wasn't able to actually duck. So you're going to have no choice but to respect this, or she can go for a 4-2 and predict if you're going to take it upon yourself to, you know, press a button, which I don't think is necessarily a good idea for you to do that. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that if you try to take it upon yourself to actually, you know, press a button and stuff like that, this is what she can do to you. See this? I tried to press a button and I wasn't able to do it. So keep that in mind. She will be able to do that every now and then. So you might want to be careful with that. Her best far-reaching normals would have to be her 4-2, and let me get Shao Kahn to block this shit. Yeah, her 4-2, mainly, it's her 4-2. Starts up at 14 frames. I can safely go directly into a combo, technically. She can actually stagger it, right? There's no flow spot gap in her combo, but I'll get to that in a moment here. Yeah, she could definitely stagger it and possibly mislead you. She definitely gets a good amount of space, as you can clearly see here. So she might be able to backdash and, you know, punish you accordingly and, you know, do whatever the hell she's trying to do. Another best far-reaching normal that kind of complements her 4-2 would have to be her forward 1. Now, her forward 1 doesn't have... It has almost the same range, but not completely. You know what I mean? So she can definitely, like, you know, hit you with this and, you know, safely go directly into a string, as you can clearly see here, and then go and, you know, and do whatever the hell she wants to do. She could possibly stagger it as well, and she'll be safe because she's -9 on block, and she might have to you know, block, but then again, it's like nobody can actually punish her at this range. So if she's spacing it out correctly, she can do that. Or if she wants to just do it, she can make herself -4 on block, and she can still go for possibly an Abare. So just keep that in mind. Alright guys, so when it comes to her 114 string, the reason why I didn't tag it is because her string is completely useless. There's no reason for you to actually go for it. It doesn't really give her anything, so if I was to go for a 114, it just, you know, knocks the opponent down. There's nothing special about it, and it has a flawless block gap and the last hit. And even if it didn't, she'll still be -12 on block. So if we look right here, as you can clearly see, block advantage, flawless block advantage, -12 on block. So there's no real use for this at all. Now when she goes for a 112, there's no flawless block gap. When she goes for her 4-1-3-2 string, there's no flawless block gap. When she goes for a 2-1-2 string, there's no flawless block gap. When she goes for a 2-1-3 string, there's no flawless block gap. When she goes for her 4-2-3-4 string, there is a flawless block gap. Right now, keep in mind, you don't necessarily need the flawless blocker. The reason why is because the character is still -9 on block, so majority of the characters can punish her. Now, Shao Kahn's gonna have no choice but to go for a poke or create a mind game with his mid and his throwing situation, because his standing one starts up at 9 frames, and there's no way in the hell he's gonna be able to punish her. Right, so just keep that in mind. Right now, when it comes to her back 3-2 string, there is a flawless block gap in it, so she is -8 on block. But I'm going to show you guys something very interesting about this variation that she can actually do. But we're going to get back up here to our 1-1-2 string. So she's +3 on block. So let me actually get rid of that, because I already showed you guys there's no flawless block gap except for like certain strings that she has access to. So or mainly 2. So when she goes for a 1-1-2 string, right, she's -8 on block. She has good amount of space to where she can more than likely backdash and get out of harm's way before Shao Kahn can even reach her, more than likely. Not only that, when she goes for a 1-1, she's -2 on block, and she still has really good space, as you guys can clearly see, to where she's out of throwing range, standing 1 range for certain characters, and down 1 range and down 3 range for certain characters in the game. So this allows her to space you out a little bit and then do shit like this. Also, you know, her standing 1 has pretty good range on it, as you can clearly see here. Not only that, she's +3 on block. So she can immediately throw you, or she can use her plus range to her advantage and literally just back up very quickly and then hit you with her 4-2 and then get a whiff punish on you. So you might want to be careful, because she is +3 on block to where she can create a mind game with her throw. Not only that, she can actually, stagger it as well, because she has pretty decent staggers. Her staggers are not that bad compared to other characters in the game. Now if you fuck up because you think she's going to stagger her standing 1, what's going to happen is that she's going to hit you with this, and then that's going to allow her to put you into whatever combo she desires. And you kind of get the idea here when it comes to that. And I think that's pretty much everything with this string. Not only that, it's pretty much a standard string. Like when she commits into the full string, she knocks you down, and she can obviously zone you and do that, or you could possibly use it as a combo ender if you decide to, if you want the space. It's really up to you. But this is a really good string for her. So she's really safe, which is fucking nuts. Like I said, I really don't agree with this, but it is what it is. So when she goes for her forward 1-3-2 string, you're not going to commit into the last hit. There's no real reason to do it. But you will be going for her forward 1-3. You can actually use this in combos. You could possibly stagger this, like I said before, and catch the opponent off guard every now and then. And if they try to advance forward, you can obviously do this to stop them and be like, nope, I don't think so. She could possibly do this too and get like really good amounts of pushback. And majority of the characters in the game will not be able to punish her, except for certain characters like Johnny Cage that have a good far-reaching special move that will be able to hit her. And who's to say that they might be able to hit her? So you kind of get the idea here. She can definitely like space this out, and then when she spaces this out, she can do shit like this to you and keep you at bay. Now keep in mind, you can flawless block a decent amount of her her normals where she can cancel into special moves. So you can definitely like hold on, let me show you guys. See what I mean? You could flawless block it, but are you going to be able to reach her? That's the question, right? So she could definitely keep you out by doing shit like that. So you might want to be careful. She could possibly stagger this too and create that space. And she's -9 on block to where she's technically safe, but she has to be careful throwing out certain shit or possibly backdashing depending on what the opponent does. Now, if you throw out like a short range attack or something like that, or a high, she can easily neutral crouch and punish you very easily. And if you think she's going to stagger, she's obviously going to hit you with like the last hit of this move right here, and then she's obviously going to like go directly into a combo. And you kind of get the idea here. She's not too heavy with mix-ups right here. And that's pretty much everything with this string. Decent stagger with her 4-1. And when it comes to her 2-1-2 string, like I said, fantastic frame data, which is fucking nuts. I don't know why she's this safe at close range, but it is what it is. She's -1 on block to where she can go for an Abare. So we do 8 plus -1, that's a 9 frame standing 1, so that's actually really good if certain characters try to go for a mid. And if she knows that you're going to go for like a poke or something afterwards because you think she's going to stagger, right, she can obviously, like, you know, do shit like this. Like how should I put it? She can do shit like this, right? Like, you think she's gonna stagger this, and she might be able to backdash. Now, there's one more thing that I wanted to add about this string. She has pretty good range on this, as you can clearly see. She can purposely whip this, and she has really good range on her, you know, her 2-1, as you can clearly see right here. So you might want to be on the lookout for that. And she has a good amount of space right here. And she can commit to the full string if she wants to. You know what I mean? Same thing when it comes to this string right here, because both of them are pretty much the same except for the last hit. And, you know, she gets decent chip damage, nothing too crazy as you guys can clearly see right here. But she's -5 and she's super close to you. So you can create a mind game with like a throwing situation and a mid situation. If she disrespects, she will get hit. But she definitely has a chance of possibly pressing a button or neutral crouching underneath your high or your throwing situation. And another really good stagger, like I said, like she can obviously do shit like this, and you don't know when she's going to commit into the last hit, and she can mislead your timing, and this isn't really that bad of a stagger. So she can definitely mislead your timing. She's definitely going to use this in combos, especially when she pops you up into the air for a combo, right? So a clear example of this is like she does something like this, and as you can clearly see, you know, she could use it in combos and stuff. Same thing with, you know, the other strings she has access to, like her 4-1-3 and her 1-1. So keep that in mind. And, you know, you can use this as a combo ender if you want. It's really up to you. She definitely gets decent chip damage. It's nothing too crazy, though, like I said. But she can definitely use this as a stagger. She can kind of, like, mislead the opponent and kind of, like, you know, change it up a bit and do shit like this and get space and stuff. So you might want to keep that in mind. And like I said, she has pretty good space on the second hit of this string. Now, when it comes to the third hit of the string, there's no flawless back gap, and she has massive amounts of pushback, but she is -9 on block to where you could possibly advance forward onto her with some type of normal, right? Now, she has the ability to flawless block you. She has the ability to neutral crouch again and get underneath your highs and your throws, so you might want to keep that in mind. And depending on what you do, like I said, she will be able to backdash and get out of harm's way, depending on what you do. So those are pretty much both of those strings in a nutshell. And other than that, she has a crushing blow requirement here, so a way she can get this out is by teleporting. If you end up, like, you know, going for, like, you know, a projectile, she can whip punish you very easily and then get a crushing blow. And she gets substantial amount of damage, like I said before. Like, she definitely gets a lot of damage on you, and it's not a good situation to be in against this character. You know, and, you know, she doesn't have to necessarily waste all of her crushing blows on one combo, but she definitely gets, like, really good damage. So I'll show some combos at the end of this video showing that. But you guys kind of get the idea with that. She can make herself, like, really safe, and there's a lot of block stun. But I'm going to retag the string, and I'm going to show you guys why, right? Now, when it comes to her 4-2-3-4 string, right, there's obviously a flawless back gap in there, and there are certain characters that can actually dash underneath her. I showed that way back in the past about how you can beat this string. Now, she can stagger this. Now, keep in mind, she is -10 on block, so she's going to have to use this to make herself safe. And this applies to any string that she has access to. She can obviously do shit like this and get the hit advantage, so she can kind of catch you off guard. So you might want to be careful because her hit advantage is actually you know, 15 frames. Now, there's one more thing I wanted to add. If she manages to open you up, right, she can actually put you into a reset. So I'm gonna have you know, Shao Kahn duck, and you're gonna see what I mean, right? So when she goes for shit like this, she can easily do this, and if you're quick enough on her dash, what's gonna happen is that, you know, the opponent's not gonna be able to duck. That's pretty much what I'm saying, right? And this is a kind of a problem because now look what happens. So she can go for a reset very easily on you, and let's see how much damage she actually got from that. Just by standing on the ground, she got an easy 20%. If you were to actually stand up, however, she gets even more damage on you. So she definitely has access to a good reset, as you guys can clearly see here. And then she could do this before you can even duck. And even if you do try to duck, you still have to watch out from a 4-2 because you will get hit. And then this allows her to do, you know, this shit right here where she can get a combo, you know, and she can cause a major issue for you and then, you know, keep you at bay and do whatever the hell she wants to do and, you know, start up her zoning game. And, you know, you kind of get the idea here. She's really annoying, as you can clearly see right here, and she'll get an easy 26% damage. You know, and it's very easy work for her, so you might want to keep that in mind. She could definitely reset you. That's another thing I forgot to add in this video. Now, when it comes to her 4-2, like I said, she's really unsafe. as well. So she could definitely like do this and use a bar meter, which more than likely she might do that. So she might mislead your timing and go for a throw because her staggers are not that bad. So she could definitely stagger you very easily. You know what I mean? She can kind of like do shit like this and, you know, backdash and then whiff punish you and then possibly get her crushing blow on you because she definitely has good range. So a clear example of this is like, you know, Shao Kahn tries to press a button afterwards and, you know, she backs up and depending on when he throws out, you know, she can easily like, you know, punish him for doing what he just did and get a crushing blow, and she could pop you up into the air for a combo. And yeah, I mean, and then she has access to an overhead, right? And she has access to an overhead with this string as well. Now, when it comes to her back 3-2, it starts off as a low and it starts up at 10 frames. She's -8 on block, and when she commits into the full string, she's -5 to where she's actually safe. Now, keep in mind, she has a flawless block gap, right? So, she actually has access to a 50-50, right? Believe it or not. The way she could do this is like she can get you so used to seeing like these strings right here where she's staggering and getting you to worry about the overhead because you're obviously going to stand up, and what's going to happen is that she's going to come out of nowhere and hit you with the low, but you have to time it correctly, right? And when you time it correctly, it should come out at a good speed, as you can clearly see right here, right? So if you look at her overhead, right, she has decent speed on it, right? There's some speed on this overhead, right? But if she's timing it correctly, she can hit you with the low, and this can kind of cause a problem, right? Because she definitely can get a combo off of her low. Now, when it comes to her 4-3 string, she can do the same shit, right? See that? See how quick that low came out, man? So if you look at the full string, there's a quick delay, right? So that's enough time for her to go directly into this low, and look how quick that fucking low came out. This bitch got 50-50s, dog. She got 50-50s. Like, I fucking knew she did in this fucking variation, man. I knew I wasn't tripping when I was training with her. So, she could definitely do shit like this. She can get you used to seeing staggers and shit. She can get you used to seeing the overheads a lot, and then eventually, this is what's gonna happen. She might reset you, because that's literally pretty much 20% right there. You know what I mean? It's just 1% off, and she can reset you very easily, or, you know, she can take it upon herself to put you into a combo like this, and, you know, she can get damage, and, you know, she can do whatever the hell she wants to do, and you kind of get the idea here. Now, she can get more damage than this. This is just, like, certain shit that I'm showing, and this is pretty much everything about Cetrion. She kind of revolves around, you know, footsies a little bit, like around this area right here, because she definitely has good footsies, and her walk speed and her dashing makes up for that. And then she has like a plus frame, which is her standing 3, and she has really safe normals and combo strings, and she can make herself safe by creating a mind game off of this. So she's really dangerous in the mid-range engagements, long-range engagements, close-range engagements, because her footsie game at close range and around this area is very good. So she's definitely an S tier character, at least in my opinion. Some people may disagree, but this bitch is unbelievably strong, and people don't understand that. Now, I'm not going to say she's overpowered, because that would be a tad bit of a stretch, but she's definitely really strong, and I do believe she is a S tier character, and she has some of the best zoning in the game, and she has a solid, you know, a solid teleport, right? So, not only can she stop you from zoning her, she can punish you for zoning her. Not only can she zone you, but she has massive amounts of pushback and good chip damage, and she can knock you down on the ground and start up her zoning game again. Okay, not only can she zone you, but she can stagger you pretty well in most of the strings that she has access to. She has a plus frame to where she can pretty much take advantage of that and whiff punish you. She gets fantastic damage. She has a really solid reset that I showed you guys. And I will be showing you guys some combos, showing you what she can do. Now, you guys could look up my Cetrion combo video that I made way back in the past if you want. But with that being said, this is all I really had to say. Overall, this chick is mad fucking annoying with all her annoying ass fucking zoning. It's unbelievable how good she actually is as a zoner at close range. I do believe zoners that have really good projectiles like this should not be able to be that safe at close range. The fact that she can fight you up close is an insult. Okay, because it's like, okay, haha, okay, check this shit out. I can zone you, but guess what else I can do? I can fight you up close, nigga, and play the footsie game with you. And guess what? If you make wrong reads, I'ma fold your shit and knock you from far away. And guess what? Now you got to deal with my zoning and a massive amount of pushback. It's just like, dude, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm surprised I don't see a shit ton of Cetrion players, because I see Scarlet players, but I don't really see Cetrion players. It's mad interesting, but I'm not going to take up too much of you guys' time. Hopefully, you guys understand how strong this character actually is. Now, I'm fulfilling a subscriber's wish, because when I made that video about Geras, he wanted to see what I would say about Cetrion. And what I have to say about Cetrion is fuck you. you. Like, that's how the fuck I feel, man. So, you know, Cetrion, you know, design-wise, she's pretty cool, even though I think she's a knockoff version of Poison Ivy, but she's really strong, man. Like, she's really fucking strong. So with that being said, let's just get started on these combos.
It's like a dream. Everything moving fast, but you moving slow. Change the tempo, watch, we on time. Hey, now you know. Listen to the rhythm we giving them, we bringing it with passion. Smashing, you should just move to my groove. Case in point, watch how I improve. Then the automator is ready, you know we're hater, a music motivator, and I'ma show you later. But right now we getting down. You frown, cause I surround your sound with rhythm that's raw rhymes that really get you. Do your silly do like a Billy and I split you. Hit your hard style showing out. Exhale long and blow 'em out. Yeah, you in the danger room, come on now. Yeah, you in the danger room, come on now. Look, boy, you in the danger room. Hone your skills.
Fatality. Cetrion wins. Flawless victory.